Now, I don't know whether you can make it out in the background, but I've got the iconic Cornish location of Land's End. Now, if you've run the Arc of Attrition or you've followed the race, then you'll know that this is the start of a super challenging section all the way through to St Ives. Back in the day, myself and Steve Wyatt and whoever wanted to join us used to come out here a couple of weeks before the race, and we used to run this section at night. I didn't do it last year and I didn't finish the race, so I'm a great believer in fate. So I'm gonna go and get ready, and we are heading out on this tough section under the cover of darkness. Welcome back, folks, and welcome back to the last episode in our Arc of Attrition series before the big day. So like I said, we've headed down to Land's End. Don't worry, I'm not going to be running on my own because we've got a few other guys to keep us company. So Steve Wyatt, aka the Pirate. We got Dave coming out. Dave has been on the channel a few times. Southwest Traverse, I believe, Dave. Yep. Dave was the man who was trying to drink out of his bottles and he still had the plastic on the valves. If you see the video, you'll remember that. Have you got your plastic off your valves, Dave? Yes, I have. Well done. First test completed. And we've got the company of Martin, who you'll know has crewed me in the Arc several times and appeared on the channel lots. And he's got a little helper. Give us a wave, William. Give us a wave.
Hi.
Awesome, mate. So Martin's been kind enough to come out and crew us, so he's going to help us along the way. We've got some bottles to fill up and things like that, a bit of nutrition. But yeah, we're heading out from Land's End and we are going all the way to St Ives. We'll try and give you a little insight to how the route is, what underfoot conditions are like, but obviously it's quite hard to film at night time. Steve is itching to get running. Whenever we come down here, he doesn't want to stand around chatting, he wants to get running. So let's get out on this route, let's see how it goes. So I think this is the perfect starting location for the run. We're at the door of the Land's End checkpoint. So this is where you're going to work your way round to. It's a good point to get to in the race. Lots of hot food in there. They really do look after the Archangels. One tip though, don't stay in there too long. It's pretty warm, it's pretty cozy, it's inviting. If it's a cold, challenging conditions weather-wise, then you could be in there for half an hour before you know it. So in and out, get back out on the route and get this challenging section done. But should we get running, boys?
Yep,
let's go. Right, head torch on, that'd be a good start.
Yeah.
Oh, there, I can see what I'm doing now. Right, let's get out there. We've made it to Sennen, everybody back in the wagon and we're off home. Great run, boys. Right, I'll see you at St Ives.
Cock Valley.
Yeah, Cock Valley, all right, mate. So that is the first part of the route navigated from Land's End down to Sennen. Pretty well signposted now. It used to be pretty tricky back in the day with no posts, but just running through Sennen. And there is a bit of a tricky bit up here as well, so I'll show you that in a second. So you have to run all the way along the seafront through Sennen. You come to the Sennen Surf Company right at the end of the car park. And then there's a little trail that leads off from there. And there is a coast path sign there now. So it's a bit easier to follow. Again, that path, that sign never used to be there. So it was quite tricky to pick out this little trail. Leads off up into the hedges. And then you come back out down by the beach past the Sennen Surf Co. And you'll see the little trail leading off into the hedges from the car park. Okay, we have flown through 4 miles already in what, about 42 minutes. Boys are running well, moving swift. Dave's just taken his jacket off. It's pretty mild out here tonight. But yeah, just gilets, long sleeve top on, but I'm hot even in that. First 4 miles, some really good running out of Land's End, and it is very dry underfoot. You really can tick along quite nicely there. And I reckon we'll probably have dry feet maybe for the first 8-9 miles. So, you know, I've said it in other videos, if you can get a shoe change at Land's End, you will have dry, toasty feet for a good sort of 7, 8, 9 miles. So it's definitely worth having a shoe change there if you can. But yeah, boys are ticking along nice. In fact, they're not ticking along, they're running way too quick. I'm knackered. Right, on to the next one.
Up the hill.
Up the hill we go. Right, we are at Cock Valley. Martin is here to greet us with William, and looks like someone's laid a barbecue on for us down in the valley there. Someone's cooking up a storm. Always a challenging section of the route here. pretty technical descent, and then you got a big old climb up the other side. And I can remember one year I had a nightmare down here, hypothermic, shivering, a complete mess by the time I made it here. Luckily the good old archangels were at the bottom and they saved me. Dived in the van, got warmed up, but it really was the end of the race. We got here in no time. Can't believe we're here already. Making good time, and we've all got dry feet still, so going well. Okay, right, so we've flown through Cape Cornwall. We're now down in Botanic. Martin's here. We're gonna just switch over some bottles, get some fluids on, because we're getting ever closer to the Badlands. And have we all got dry feet, boys?
Yep.
Dave, Steve?
Yeah.
Dry feet, you see, dry running for a good 8.2 miles, but I think things are gonna change when we leave the van, because like I said, we're heading into a very wet section of the course. Pendine, Zennor, and all the way to St Ives is going to be wet, muddy and slippery, but we're flying. It's going really well. If the weather and the underfoot conditions are going to be like this on race day, roll on, we're going to be very lucky. Right, let's get some water, let's get some calories in. And the temperature's definitely dropping. Right, let's go, boys. You keep warm. Cheers, guys. Yeah, see you at Zennor. Thanks, Mark. Let's keep on trucking, let's keep warm, let's turn the head torch on, that's always a good option. And I can see where I'm going. Right, so we're through Pendine. You can see the lighthouse flicking away in the background. And this, as we work our way down to the gate, I'm proud to say that we've kept our feet dry for 10.3 miles. Pretty easily as well, you know, the odd bit of mud and the odd puddle to dodge, but apart from that, great underfoot. But everything's going to change now. Like I say, we'll try and capture it as best as we can on camera to give you an idea, but looking at the long range forecast, I think next week's going to be dry, cold, but then the following week building up to the race, I think it's going to be pretty wet. The forecast doesn't look great, so the problem this time of the year, you know, a couple of days of rain and everything's submerged and boggy and muddy again. But can't believe how good that first 10 miles was. Here we go, we're going through the gate. Wish us luck. So I had to show you this. So we're coming through Pendine area, 11.5 miles in, still got dry feet, and this area here is notoriously boggy. You get lots of cattle, gets churned up, but it's pretty good. In fact, it's the best I've seen it, although I am seeing the boys up ahead of me scrambling up on the wall, so I think it's just about to get muddy. Okay, Lloyd, famous last words, well done. It's a bit of a bog fest now, but it has been great up till now, it really has. It had to happen sooner or later. I've got wet feet. Ah! I thought it was going too well. We got wet, muddy feet now. But we've done good, we've done good. And it's back to being dry again, so it's only a short section, but my feet are wet. How you feeling though, Dave, about the race? Looking forward to it?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Training gone well?
Training's going quite well.
Yeah. So
see how it goes, anything can go right, anything can go wrong.
It's all on the day, mate.
Yep.
So Dave was supposed to run it last year, trained hard, we did a couple of runs together, and unfortunately picked up an injury a couple of weeks before, couldn't do it. But he's back this year, stronger, running better, he's going to smash it. Yeah. I knew it wasn't a badger, Steve, because I'd have heard you scream first.
This is badger territory. This is where it happened.
Yeah. So there's a famous story out on this coast. I've probably told it hundreds of times before, but we were running out here one night before the Arc. Steve was in front as usual. I was hanging on for dear life. Rounded this corner and there was a badger charging at him. I have never heard him scream in such a high-pitched tone.
The story just gets elaborated.
I swear he almost jumped into my arms. He was so frightened. Poor badger, must have been terrified. So the last time I was out this way, probably a month ago, this was like a torrent of water. It was like running down a river. Now you can see not a drop of water. So much drier. Like I said, I don't want to get your hopes up because things can change pretty quick out here, but this is good, man. Probably the best I've seen it again, especially this bit. Up the infamous Zennor steps we go. These always get the old quads burning, but we're moving well. Still ticking these miles off. 17.2 done. 4 hours running time. I think we've got Martin at the top of the steps, so we're going to have a quick top up of the bottles, maybe grab some fuel, and then we're off to St Ives. Always a positive part of the race for me, this. Coming up the steps, getting to Zennor. I know that route from Zennor to St Ives like the back of my hand, so it takes a bit of pressure off. And you got the Badlands of Pendine out of the way. Although they're pretty good tonight, to be fair. But let's get up these steps. So Steve, just bringing back memories here. These steps, mate.
Broken.
You remember that step just there? If you've seen the pirate video, this is the step that Steve was sat broken down. And probably the first time I have genuinely seen him broken, head in hands. But we got him a magic cup of tea. He's a man who loves his tea, and I mean it must have been magic tea because I left him here and then when I saw him at St Ives he was on fire. He was flying, but you were definitely broken here, mate.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you want to reenact it? Do you want to...
How's that?
Yeah, it was a bit like that.
Yeah.
Don't forget your nutrition, Steve.
They came wrapped in a Christmas cracker.
What is it?
They came wrapped in a fancy Christmas cracker. So I was like, oh, I'll just take the wrapping off, and that's what was inside. So I was like, I might as well bring that.
It's for the Springer.
That's what I've heard. That's what all the top athletes are using nowadays.
Because I am a top athlete.
There's the Zennor sign, so we've topped up and we are heading off back out to the coast path. 6 miles to go. Let's get these miles done. Working our way up one of the last big climbs. How you doing, boys? Feeling good?
Feeling good.
Awesome. You can smell St Ives from here. Nearly cracked it. 20.2 miles. Oh, let's get this done.
Nice and muddy.
Bit of a bog for you there, mate.
Yeah, just watch out for the electric fence behind you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see you shock yourself on camera.
For long, is it?
No. Even that bit's been a lot worse than that, though, isn't it? Yeah. We can see the bright lights of St Ives as we drop down off the coast path, and they're a pretty welcoming sight after, what, 23, 24 miles. So you can imagine what it's like when you got 70 odd miles in your legs. It's a great feeling. We have cracked it. We're back in St Ives. 23.7 miles. Well done, Davey.
Man, Lloyd.
Good to be out with you again, Mr. Wyatt.
Run4Adventure.
Bringing back old memories of us.
There's some painful memories on that route.
Yeah, painful for me, chasing you. Running strong, Dave. Great effort, mate.
Thank you,
Great
mate.
effort.
Thank you.
So we all survived. We're in one piece still. And behind us is the new checkpoint at St Ives. So if you're running the race, don't go to the Guildhall. It's not there anymore. It's obviously all in the race details that my crew has sent through. So that is a new checkpoint. And we got Martin over there with the van, but that was a solid effort and a great training run before the race. Here's the dream team.
Run4Adventure.
Cheers, Mark. Great job, William. Thanks for your help, man.
Fell on the back.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh, we love this. Here you go. We got a bit of Run4Adventure action. So we're going to get changed, get some warm clothes on, although it's been really mild tonight, and we're going to get back home. So I'm going to head out for a run tomorrow, so doing a back-to-back weekend. So I'll pick you up tomorrow and I'll give you a debrief on how the run went today and how the course is looking. So I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Okay, so we are almost done with the run, and I'm happy to say that we are going to get 10 miles in the legs, albeit a very steady, flat 10 miles around the roads of Hale. But all I really wanted this run to do was to shake the legs off after yesterday's big effort, and it has definitely done that. I feel like the legs are a lot looser than when I started the run, that's for sure. So this run really does cap off another solid week of training, and in fact my biggest week of training in this year's Arc block. So we're going to get in about 65 miles, including that super tough challenging section of the route from Land's End to St Ives last night, and I'm definitely feeling like I'm in a much more positive place mentally and physically to take on the race this year. I've got to say a big thanks to the sponsors of this year's series, so Precision Fuel and Hydration and FENIX Lighting. They've been so supportive building up to the race. So if you are in the market for a quality running head torch that you can definitely depend on, or you're having nutrition and sort of hydration issues, then it's definitely worth checking those guys out. So I'll leave links in the description below. Also, the guys from Precision Fuel and Hydration have been kind enough to give our wonderful viewers a discount code. So if you input this code at checkout, you'll get a big 15% saving off your first order. But for now, guys, really hope you've enjoyed this year's Arc series. If you are running the race, I hope you found these videos helpful. I've got to say a massive thanks for getting in the comments below, and you know, so many words of encouragement and support. It really is appreciated, and all that positive energy is definitely going to help come race day. But I'm going to get home, have some dinner. We'll be back on the channel soon, and as always, stay safe and keep on running, and we'll see you guys on the start line of the Arc of Attrition. Come on! Straight into it. I like it. Full sense, Steve. Is that how you rode your mountain bike, Dan?
Dave was just stopped. Try again.
This is more like the Arc. We got gushing water running down across the trail there. But we do have some stepping stones, which is always useful.